In the month of March, year 2006, the Nigerian Court of Appeal sat in Enugu and they decided that the vote of one of the elections held in 2003 was wrongly counted and therefore a new winner was declared. Now, fast forward over a decade later, hundreds of thousands of people are marching through the streets of Lagos and Abuja. And interestingly, most of them are young. They are chanting one name, and the only desire is for one man to be their president. These two occurrences may seem different, but they are connected by one man. From courtrooms where justice is contested to boardrooms where strategy is forced, and the political arenas, one man has moved through them all. His name is Peter Gregory Obi. Here's a man who is seen in different lights, and that depends on where you stand. Some see him as one of the most transparent and steadfast performers in Nigeria. Others say he's a political hustler, quick to shift alliances when the political terrain becomes tough. But the young people see him differently. They see him as a symbol of discipline and accountability. To them, it is Obi or nothing. Now, to understand where he's coming from, let's go back to the beginning. Onitsha is a bustling trading city in southeastern Nigeria where commerce has shaped lives for generations. For decades, men and women have gathered in its market to buy, sell, negotiate, and build fortunes. This is what they do. But on July 19, 1961, in the midst of this thriving commercial city, something significant happened. The family of Mr. and Mrs. Obi welcomed a bouncing baby boy into their home, and they named him Peter. The Obi family came from Hamatutu, a village in the Hagulu area of Anambra State. They were devoted Catholics. In southeastern Nigeria, the Catholic Church was more than a place of worship. It was a gateway to opportunity, operating some of the finest schools in the region. For ambitious families seeking a better future for their children, church education offered a clear path forward, and it was put on that path. When Obi was 6 years old, war broke out in Nigeria. The conflict was driven largely by an attempt by the Southeast to break away and form an independent nation known as Biafra. Onitsha lay dangerously close to the front lines. For 3 brutal years, the war ravaged the region, leaving behind deep scars. Destroyed communities, shattered livelihoods, and a generation shaped by loss. We may never fully know what young Obi saw or experienced during those years of war. His own words on that chapter remain largely absent. But one thing is certain, the family endured, and so did Onitsha. From the ashes of conflict, the city slowly rebuilt itself, carrying the resilience of people determined to begin again. As a teenager, Obi attended Christ the King College in Onitsha, a prestigious all-boys Catholic school. It was the kind of institution that helped shape futures, often determining which sons of trading families will go on to university and which will remain in the family business. In 1980, Obi enrolled at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He chose to study philosophy, a discipline not typically associated with someone destined for banking or business. The university itself was still healing from the scars of the Civil War, much of its campus having been damaged a decade earlier. 4 years later, in 1984, Obi graduated with bachelor's degree in philosophy. After leaving university, Peter Obi stepped into banking. a world far less predictable than the lecture halls he had left behind. In the 1990s, Nigeria's banking industry was turbulent and unforgiving. Institutions collapsed under bad loans, poor governance, and economic shocks. Banks came and went. To survive in that system was difficult. To lead within it was even harder. By his mid-30s, Obi had risen to become chairman of Fidelity Bank. Reports suggest that this made him one of the youngest bank chairmen in Nigeria's history.
The opportunity to serve in Fidelity Bank, became their chairman and was quarreling with them. When I was chairman, I was the only chairman who wasn't living in the island. I was doing the first bank.
In an industry where experience was often equated with age, his rapid accent marked him out as an unusual figure, ambitious, disciplined, and remarkably strategic. But he did not stop there. In the years that followed, Obi's influence extended far beyond banking. His name began appearing repeatedly in the boardrooms of major Nigerian companies. Next International Nigeria, Guardian Express, Mortgage Bank, Guardian Express Bank, Future View Securities, Paymaster Nigeria, Charms Nigeria, and Card Center. Across industries, ranging from finance to technology, he built a reputation as a businessman whose judgment and strategic insight were increasingly in demand. A pattern begins to emerge here, one that would follow Obi throughout his career. He seemed drawn to positions where money was overseen and accounted for. Chairman, director, decision maker, not necessarily the roles where money was directly spent. Even as his corporate influence grew, Obi kept learning. He attended executive programs at some of the world's top business schools in Switzerland, the United States, the United Kingdom, while remaining rooted in Nigeria. Along the way, he built a distinct reputation, cautious, disciplined, and frugal in an industry that often rewarded bold risk-taking and lavish spending. Those qualities made him stand out. By 2003, at the age of 41, the reputation Obi had built in banking and businesses was about to be tested in a world far less predictable than finance, the world of politics.